already because there are some places where you can gamble there. But somebody pointed out that 3 years ago, the Attorney General of Illinois, the Attorney General of Illinois said that daily fantasy sports is illegal in Illinois, and they should stop doing it. They continue to do it anyway. So an amendment's on there to mark them as bad actors, and what that's going to do is it's going to prevent them, these big companies, from getting an initial license with them. And when they go to try to license someplace else, one of the questions they ask is, have you ever been, purged in another place? They're going to have to say yes to that, because they were doing this illegally for 3 years while they're there. That's a pretty interesting thing. I mean, I don't know what your feelings are about DFS. I never really talked to Stevie about it. I'm a guy that I've said I enjoy the concept of the game, but the way that it has to be played because these two guys are in charge is horrible. I like the idea of there being competition, but what Illinois is doing might change DFS across the board. Do you find that to be interesting?
Wouldn't other states have to follow suit? And nobody has yet, right?
With the law like this? No, nobody has yet. They wouldn't have to follow suit. But the idea would be that if this bill becomes law and in Illinois marks them as a bad actor, and they're saying they're going to put them in a penalty box for 3 years, say you cannot operate in our system, it gives other groups a chance to come in and play with a better system with a lower vig, lower rake, to cause competition in that marketplace. Because what happened is that with them operating illegally, it's like if they were to we're in a place in America where people are legalizing marijuana left and right. They just don't go back to Three Finger Eddie on the street corner and go, hey, you've been selling marijuana on this corner for 5 years. Here's your license. Distribute legally now. You actually look at those guys and go, you guys were breaking the law. You're criminals. And you pull them out. The reason it would change other guys is because once you're marked as a bad actor, you're going to have to deal with that stigma when Tennessee is looking at you, when Utah is looking at you, when any other state is looking at you. The other thing about them
I know we don't have a ton of time because it's time to go to trivia. However, being marked as a bad actor can eventually turn around. Keanu Reeves.
Case in point.
Yeah, there are.
And I would like to say, the defense rests.
That's it. We can go to trivia real quick. The one thing about it, there's kind of a little minutia in there, is that there's this question about how is DFS different than regular gambling, and in the rules, like in the decisions that have been made. Now, admittedly, they've never been litigated. They've just been like Attorney General's opinions. It has to do with there being multiple events, and so Illinois in that system, when they allow DFS in, they're going to limit you to playing only. You can't play more than 4 players from one game, and that'll probably change for everybody across the board because it'd be easier than having a different course there. And it probably will mean the elimination of DFS for sports like NASCAR and golf because those aren't multiple game situations. But anyway, it's that time. The 10:52. It's 10:50, and Brendan's here. You got 3 guys here for trivia. Welcome, the professor. The 5-minute professor. Today will be 8 minutes. And
all right, ladies and gentlemen, I am the 5-minute professor, and I was muted and started my own introduction. But then I realized I would unmute to do it and not do it just for the people in my house.
The questions would be harder if you mute them.
Yeah, that is 100% harder. I am the 5-minute professor. You can find me at 5-Minute Professor on Facebook. I do live trivia across Central Florida, and I stream live my 10-question instant gratification rounds on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights. The leader in wins. Oh, by the way, last week our topic was Ryan Presley. He gave up an earned run last night. And as a result, his scoreless appearance streak ended at 40 and is still crap. Because that same team that scored a run against him last night scored a run against him during the playoffs last year. Moving forward, The leader in wins so far this season in Major League Baseball, with 9, is New York Yankees starter Domingo Germán. I believe it's Germán. I don't know. It's got the accent over the A, and it's Spanish. So I'm really much better with French pronunciations than German. But it can't be Germain. Can't be German.
Could it be Herman?
Must be something else. Oh, it may be Herman. I don't really know. But his first name's Domingo. How many wins did Domingo, and we'll go with Herman. Why not? How many wins did Domingo Herman win in 14 starts last season? He has 9 so far this season. 2, 4, 6, or 8. Doug, you are our winner from the last 2 weeks, and you have an advantage this week. So let's see what you think. How many wins did Domingo Herman win in 14 starts last season? 2, 4, 6, or 8?
I put down 2.
What do you think, Doug? You're Doug.
I also think 2.
I'll go with 4.
All right. And Brandon, what are your thoughts?
I'm going to go with 2 on this.
It is 2. Brandon and Doug off to a quick lead. Domingo was called up in April of 2008 and then was demoted in June. He eventually ended up with the Tarpons in Single A in what U.S. city? He ended up with the Tarpons in what U.S. city? Tampa, Sarasota, or Clearwater? Domingo was called up in April of 2008 but was demoted after going 2-6 in June. He eventually ended up with the Tarpons in what U.S. city? Tampa, Sarasota, or Clearwater? Brandon, because you got that one right, you get to go first. Is it Tampa, Sarasota, or Clearwater?
Man, I'm going to say Tampa.
The Tampa Tarpons. All right. What do you think, Doug?
Tampa also. We have an advantage being in
And
Central
what
Florida.
do you think, Stevie O? These are all Florida cities. You are way over on the West Coast at a distinct disadvantage. But what do you think?
I mean, the Tampa sounded good, but I gotta have to go against the grain and try to make that point back. I'm gonna go with Sarasota.
That's gonna bite you. It is the Tampa Tarpons. Domingo spent most of the 2018, however, with the Scranton Wilkes-Barre AAA affiliate of the Yankee organization. By the way, not the most populous city with a hyphen.
That's true. Second most populous city with a hyphen.
Yes, I found that out this week. What is the team's name? When I wrote down Wilkes-Barre, by the way. What is the team's name? The Wilkes-Barre AAA team, the Scranton Wilkes-Barre AAA team. Are they the Rail Splitters, the Rail Riders, the Rail Roaders, or the Rail Runners? What is the name of the AAA affiliate of the Yankees in Scranton Wilkes-Barre? Is it the Rail Splitters, the Rail Riders, the Rail Roaders, or the Rail Runners? With a distinct 2-0 lead, Brandon, you get to go first.
I'm going to go with Rail Runners.
Rail Runners. Doug, what do you think?
I chose Rail Splitters, though I have no earthly idea why.
All right, here's your opportunity to choose a different answer, Stevie O, and make up this point. Is it Rail Splitters, Rail Riders, Rail Roaders, or Rail Runners?
Let's go with Railroaders.
And no one gets any points. It's Rail Riders.
That's impressive. We got all the wrong answers. That's very good, guys.
Looking for love in all the wrong places. Question number 4. Domingo Herman. Oh, I like that pronunciation. That's probably exactly right. Domingo Herman was born in the Dominican Republic on August 4th, 1992. On what day of the week? His name is more monotheistic and less warlike than it should be, based on the day of the week he was born. Domingo Herman was born in the Dominican Republic on August 4th, 1992. On what day of the week? His name is more monotheistic and less warlike than it should be. What day of the week was he born on? Doug, we're going to start with you.
I'm going to go with Wednesday.
You're going with Wednesday. What do you think, Brandon?
I was going to go also with Wednesday.
And with an opportunity to make up this point by choosing a different answer, Stevie O.
Monday.
Because in Spanish, Monday is lundi, named also for the moon. The right answer, Marte, named for Mars, the god of war.
I thought Marty was Wednesday. Then again,
Odin's Day. Odin's Day is Wednesday. Odin's Day.
All right, so it's 2-1, And we get the
2-2 to 1 with a final question, which, if you get exactly right, will earn you 3 points. If not, who's ever closest will get 2 points and still possibly win. Final question is a number. So far this season, Domingo Germán is 9-1 with 55 innings pitched. Domingo has thrown 16 walks and how many strikeouts to go with his .980 whip this season? Domingo has thrown 16 walks and how many strikeouts in 55 innings to go with his .98 whip?
Okay.
All right. Doug, because you have won the previous 2 weeks, you are going to go first in this round. If you get this exactly right, you'll walk away with a dominating win. If not, you'll get 2 points and still win significantly. What are your thoughts?
44. Going with Reggie Jackson's number, I think.
All right. Brandon, you have won this many, many times. This is an opportunity for you to come back. How many strikeouts do you think in 55 innings for Domingo Germán?
Oh, I didn't catch 55
Let's see,
innings.
given how many, let's say if he got a strikeout per inning and just a little bit below that, say maybe 8, I'm going to go with 51.
All right. Which, by the way, is 1 strikeout per inning minus 4, because I told you it's 55 innings. For an opportunity to win this game, Stevie O, pick a higher number.
I'm going with 55, 1 per inning.
It's 1 per inning plus 2 extras. It's 57. Our winner with 3 points, Stevie.
Yo.
Yo!
Oh my! I think I need to retire now. I don't know if I'm ever going to win trivia again. So
No, I think it works out well with you being at the end. You get a little bit of help there, but trivia is meant to be.
Get that next time
Trivia
because
is meant to be fun, and that was a fun way of doing that stuff.
yeah,
All right.
Professor helped me out a little bit on that one. He was trying to help me. So.
Tried.
Third time's the charm.
Thanks, Brendan, for showing up. Thanks, TVO. Always
Sure.
thanks to the professor. Thanks to Lenny and the whole network, the people in the chat room, G. Seco for the closing music, Det Neglector for the opening music. You know, last week we had tons. Not tons, but we had more downloads than anyone except for Lenny. So thank you to you beautiful downloaders. If you're downloading, come on into the chat room sometime. If not for our show, for one of the other ones. It's one of the great experiences.
And our host, the man so nice, we named the show for him, Donut Boyle.
Donut!
It's Doug Boyle. Find him at Urban Baboon on all the social medias.
Thanks, everybody. We survived.
Nous avons survécu.
I ain't taking no else. I'm the best.